Life, the condition that distinguishes animals and plants from inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and conditional change preceding death. So that was Google's overcomplication of life, or maybe let's say its more distinctive way of describing what life is. But I view life as if we're playing a game, level 1 to level 100, right? We often don't play as if we're the player, but we play as if we're an NPC, if that makes sense. You play as if you're just there and you don't have a story. Whilst others take up this mantle of a main character, you choose to be the NPC in their story and in your story as well. So, we'll touch on that another day on how to actually take charge of your life. But on this video, I wanted to touch on the subject living life on extreme mode. What is living life on extreme mode? And I'll explain this. It's basically what Google did, right? It could have simplified its meaning of life, but it went into a very, very sort of complicated way of understanding life. I mean, if you heard that the first time, you wouldn't really understand life in detail. You'd have to have someone that would break it down for you slowly but surely and give you the steps on how to get to where you're going or where you want to go, right? So life on extreme mode is when you overcomplicate simple things. What do I mean by this? Let's say a simple task, like a very, very simple task, like making cereal. Some people, right, and I'm not naming any names because I know a few people that do this, but some people actually put the milk in before the cereal. Now I'm not gonna judge anyone on this, but like, you don't have to complicate things, guys. It's simple. You just put the cereal in before the milk. It's not that hard to do, and I don't get why people fight over this. Anyways, another example of this would be waking up early in the morning. So for all my people that are grinding, waking up early in the morning, even when you don't have to, you say, I'm going to wake up early in the morning, and then obviously you don't wake up. Why was that? You don't analyze what actually happened for you to wake up late. So think of it like this. When you wake up late, what caused you to wake up late? Was it the fact that you actually stayed up till 10 o'clock to wake up at 5 o'clock and you only got a few hours of rest, right? It's just an example. I'm not saying that's not plenty of rest. It's just an example. Or is it the fact that you slept early and knows all of a sudden you can't wake up? I believe that it's the first option, right? When you are trying to do something, you don't always have to make it seem really, really hard. Some things are way more simple than people actually make them look, right? An example of this, when you have a problem with someone, instead of talking to their friends about the problem, because keep in mind, people can bend the truth really, really well, right? Really, really well, but it's bad. So yeah, they can bend the truth really, really well, and they could make it sound way worse than it actually is. So I believe that instead of telling other people that you have a problem with a certain person, go to that person and tell them, right? Living life on extreme mode is basically overcomplicating the hell out of life. Like, you make things seem as hard as they should be. Yeah, as hard as they should be when they're actually not. You're playing life on extreme mode. You put the game difficulty on extreme mode when there were only two options. You basically made your own difficulty level, right? It's as if God has given you such wonderful gifts, such wonderful talents. He's given you weapons to fight, but you choose to not use them because, okay, apparently you can survive without those weapons. So, living life on extreme mode is overcomplicating life. Let's put it that in simple terms. Living an extreme mode life is overcomplicating it. So, how do you uncomplicate these things? Number one, put the cereal before the milk. Okay. Number two, right? If you want to wake up early, sleep early. It's that simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. It's not a complicated physics problem. It's not a complicated math problem that you have to memorize. It is a simple task that you have to do. Sleeping early, if it means sacrificing something for it, and I don't mean like a life or anything, but like sacrificing a certain task, a certain thing that you do that makes you sleep at 10, then so be it. Because once you wake up early, you get to do that thing like earlier, and you've had plenty of rest. You are able to rest before you could actually do the task. So I'm urging you guys to actually simplify your lives. Don't make it hard, because once you make it harder for yourself, you actually make it seem harder to someone else, and that's discouraging. Because you, as someone that has chosen this path in life to grind, to change your ways, to actually improve yourself, are actually being watched by a lot of people, and these people want to see the outcome of this life. And I know there are some hard parts, there are some parts that make it seem difficult, that are actually difficult, but there are some things that can just be simplified in the most basic ways. So I'm signing out. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to share this video with anyone that you know that puts cereal after the milk. Like, please, can we fix this problem? It's a pandemic at this point. Anyways, I love y'all, and enjoy your day.